Let's talk about religious revivals, what they are and why they matter. It all started with an ancient prophet named Habakkuk, who, facing troubled times, prayed for God to revive his people's faith. This idea of revival has been important ever since. At its core, religion is simply about people choosing to follow God willingly and sincerely. But here's the challenge. We naturally drift away from this commitment. Think of it like a New Year's resolution. We start with good intentions, but slowly slide back into old habits. This is why revivals become necessary. Throughout history, most religious growth has happened through revivals, periods of intense spiritual awakening. Imagine a sleeping person needing an alarm clock. People get spiritually drowsy, distracted by life's many demands and entertainments. These distractions are like a strong current pulling us away from shore. To swim back, we often need a powerful burst of energy. Looking at history, we see a pattern. God creates a period of spiritual excitement. People turn to him, then gradually drift away as daily life takes over. Think of it like a family that grows closer after a crisis, then slowly drifts apart until another event brings them together again. Ideally, we wouldn't need these spiritual wake-up calls. In a perfect world, faith would grow steadily, like a well-tended garden. But reality is different. Just as political campaigns and advertising bombard us with messages that shape our thoughts, these worldly influences need to be countered by equally powerful spiritual experiences. Here's what's important to understand. A revival isn't a miracle that suspends natural laws. It's more like waking up and using abilities you already had but weren't using. Think of a couch potato. They have the muscles to run, they just need the motivation to use them. When a revival happens, it starts with Christians rediscovering their original enthusiasm for faith, like couples remembering why they fell in love. This renewal then spreads. Spiritual truths that seemed dull become vivid and real. People develop genuine concern for others' spiritual well-being. Often the change reaches even those considered hopeless cases. The most unlikely people can have complete changes of heart. The whole process involves three key players: God, someone sharing spiritual truth, and the person being changed. Think of it like helping someone learn to swim. There's the designer of the pool, God, the swimming instructor, the teacher, and the swimmer, the person changing. The truth itself is like the water, essential to the whole process. Even small actions can have big effects. Sometimes just seeing someone's genuine concern can start a chain reaction in a community. It's like how one person's smile can brighten a whole room. The key thing to remember is that revival involves both God's work and human participation. While God provides the truth and power, people must choose to share and respond to it. That's what revival is about, a return to spiritual health through a combination of divine influence and human response. It's as natural as waking up from sleep, as practical as farming, and as personal as falling in love. It happens when people are deeply moved to make real changes in their lives and turn back to God.